Hey everyone, how are you doing? So today marks my 2-month anniversary on this channel, and I just wanted to give you an update and see how things are going and how my channel is doing and how I am doing with my channel. So just wanted to fill you in a little bit on my stats and on some of the things I've learned, some of the things I've come to appreciate, and then also some challenges as last time. I will talk about a few things. So let me share my stats with you and show you kind of how my channel has evolved. Okay, so this is what we're looking at right now. I currently have 221 subscribers, and I had exactly 100 last time I completed my first month, which was October 16th. And now I have 221, so I would say on the subscriber end, the number is going up. So I'm actually really pleased with how things are going overall. So let me share some of my basic analytics here. Currently I'm at 221 subs, and this second to last video is starting to get quite a few views. It's gotten 240 so far, and I uploaded this one, let's see, on November 13th, so 3 days ago. Yeah, so it's doing quite well, actually. That's one of my longer ones. It's the one where I was talking about guilt. And yeah, that seems to resonate with people. I'm not getting a lot of subs from it, but I do get views, and that's good. I'm happy with that. So let's look at, actually this is just the last 28 days. I'm actually going to look at a custom view here. So anyway, it's looking really good. I'm very happy overall with how things are going. And you know what? Channel growth is not my biggest goal at this point. It's really for me to build an audience that is qualitatively good, that really aligns with me and really enjoys my content. And for me, it's really quality over quantity. So I cherish the connections I've made on this channel so much, and I will talk about that in a little bit. But anyway, going back to the stats, so let me do, this was from the very beginning, 4.3 rounded views, 209 subs, almost 290 watch time hours. Now if I look at, if I change this to where I left off after the last video, I guess I'll have to do the 16th. We are looking at 2,800 views. So really, I've definitely gotten more views for sure than in the first month. So yes, my views are up, my watch time hours are up for sure, and my subs are up. So everything is basically up, which is great. That's really what I'm looking for. So yeah, my best day was definitely November 4th. I got 485 views that day. And if you look at the watch time, actually the watch time wasn't as big there. It was 18 hours, which is still good, but October 30th was my biggest watch time day, 25 hours. That was pretty awesome. So I'm super stoked about where this is going and how it is going. It's just neat how everything is just coming together. You know, I'm gaining traction, I'm loving what I'm doing, and I'm really enjoying this YouTube thing. So this is really what matters to me, honestly. I'm having fun with it. I'm going to adjust the custom view here from the 16th of October until today, or yesterday rather. We're looking at this 2.8K views, so about 1,200 views more than in the first month, and I more than doubled my watch time from the previous month, and I also gained more subs. So that's really, really exciting. It definitely is a growth mode. It's slow but steady, but that's perfectly okay with me. I feel like I'm doing quite well, and nothing has really been popping off yet as far as like my content goes. So if I'm looking at my content, my impressions click-through rate is pretty low overall. it's only around 3.3% is the average. Right now, it's under 4%, so it's pretty low. That means I should probably be working on my thumbnails a little bit more too. And then let's look at content here. So yeah, these are all my recent videos. So nothing has actually hit. This one is almost at 900 views. That's the PhD in Midlife video, almost at 900. But all the others are like between 150 and 400 or so. My next best one is like, let's see here. My next best one is this one, Start Now. And then my very first one got 415. So yeah, nothing has reached 1,000 views yet. So nothing has really been pushed out very much just yet, is what that tells me. And you know what? I'm okay with that because I'm just building my library right now anyway. So it's all good. So anyway, just wanted to talk to you a little bit about the things that have resonated with me, the challenges I've experienced. So let's get into it. So first of all, one of the biggest things that I've learned in this YouTube journey is that one of the biggest insights that I've gained since I've started this YouTube thing is I really wish I had put out the videos when I was at my worst, which was, a year to 2 years ago. But really a year ago when I actually did start a channel and I uploaded some videos, just one long form, the one that I shared in my very first video. And then I did a few shorts, and I did one short. I'll have to dig that one out. I think I still have it. That was just like a morning message. It was just golden hour in the morning, and I have my living room window where my piano is, that you might know where it sits. It's facing east, so I get beautiful sunrises from my home. And so it was just like a morning message. It was just like saying hello from San Diego. And then I deleted all of that too. And I thought, who is going to care to listen to this, And I feel so differently today. And I'm going to embed maybe a couple of those shorter videos that I have. I mean, most of them didn't even show my face because I just put like a good quote out there with some sunset footage and things like that. I did not even want to like appear in front of the camera. But now I feel like I'm really talking to a bunch of friends, and that gets me to my biggest reason why I keep doing this YouTube thing, and it's because of the community. The community has been absolutely incredible, and being able to share some of my life experiences with you, wonderful people out there in the world, is really, it's so touching. I remember when I uploaded my longest video, the one that was 48 minutes, where I was basically talking in the car. I uploaded that late at night. I just wanted to get it finished, and then I went to bed, and I woke up to a bunch of heartwarming comments, and I remember breaking down and crying, and it was still dark out. I wasn't even like, I wake up super early naturally without an alarm. I remember it was still dark in my room, and I was thinking about turning on the camera and just doing a little selfie video in bed, crying. Like, it was so touching. It just really, really hit home when I felt the support and the understanding that I got from all of you. It was just, it was super, super, super touching. And yeah, then I thought, no, I'm not gonna film myself crying in front of the camera. I'm not gonna do that. And so I didn't. But I remember it, and I will never forget how I felt that morning, how grateful I was for all of you chiming in and talking. Sorry, my cats are fighting over here. How grateful I felt, how incredibly fortunate I felt, and how meaningful this whole YouTube journey was becoming to me. And being able to share these raw feelings and being vulnerable in front of the camera really became it became something that I started to cherish, not fear anymore. I never really planned on letting my guard down the way I did. And there are a lot of things that I have not shared with you yet, and I may never share them. But it's just, it's, you know, YouTube as a platform has really proven to be so much more meaningful than any of the other platforms that I'm on. Like Instagram, I don't really spend more than 10, maybe 15 minutes a day on Instagram. I look and see what my friends are doing. I have my public Instagram linked to here, but I also have a personal Instagram that, you know, if you tell me, oh, sorry, and my cat is trying to come through here, and I have my tripod on the couch. Come on, Smokey, in or out? In or out? Oh, there she is. Smokey, yes, you're present as well. You're present as well, right? Look, there's the camera. All right, Smokey. So yeah, I feel like she feels the love too, you know, like she feels that I'm talking to you guys, and that you mean a lot to me, because I feel like she always wants to be right there too. Yeah, Smokey, I love you too, baby. So anyway, sorry, my tripod is literally just sitting on my couch, and it's a really fluffy couch, so if Smokey's moving, the camera is moving. So anyway, yeah, so the whole community is just such a great, it's been such an amazing discovery. Like, I never thought that that was possible. So I want to thank you all for really being in this community with me. I cherish it more than you'll ever realize, and I think you do realize it too, because a lot of you guys are also creators, and you realize what it does for you, and I think we're experiencing very, very similar feelings and thoughts. So yeah, I just want to thank you again and really let you know that you are special to me. You're making this so worthwhile, and I never dreamed of experiencing something like this on YouTube. Like, really? Like, I didn't think that was even possible. I really did not think so. So anyway, I have some other thoughts. This is the community, and I want to just start out with that, because that is something that is really, come on, Smokey, you're distracting me a lot right now, baby. Yeah, so, oh my gosh, she is persistent. Smokey, really? Okay, so I had to lock up Smokey in a different room because she was just getting so in my face, and I couldn't focus. So anyway, one of the things that I really, really wish I had done, this is my one YouTube regret that I have, is that I really wish that I had turned on that camera when I was at my worst, at my rawest and lowest. I wish I had the courage to show up in front of the camera, even if it was just for myself. I wish I had done a video diary of my deepest feelings back then. That was before I even was halfway ready to do a channel. That was really 2 years ago when my husband and I separated. And yes, a lot has happened since, and I've grown a lot. I've really spent a lot of time doing the deep work and working on myself, on healing and on feeling better and on loving myself again, and on sending the right energy out into the world. And so I've spent so much time doing that. I've really considered it like a part-time job. Like, I've spent hours every day working on these things and reading books that helped me grow. And here comes the next one. Here we go. Oh my gosh. Anyway, she's not as clingy as the other one. So that is really one thing I do regret, is that I didn't turn on the camera when I really should have, because I would really see how far I've come. Yes, I know how far I've come, but to be able to get back into that moment where I was, I wish I could revisit that right now, because my past self from 2 years ago would be so dang proud of me right now to see how far I've come. And oops, she just jumped up on the couch. So, oh my gosh, now she's trying to play with the tripod. Keanu, I don't think that's a good idea. Okay, she sat down. My goodness, anyway, let me show you real quick. There she is. Keanu, say hi to my YouTube friends. She's more interested in the tripod than anything else. So anyway, so yeah, I really wish I had shared my response. I really, see, she's playing with one of the legs of the tripod now. I really wish I had shared those feelings back then on a video diary or a video journal, whatever you wanted to call it. But I couldn't. I regret not having done it. It would have been so insightful right now. And I would have been able to help others so much better too. Getting back into, oh my gosh, Keanu, please. Oh my gosh. This tripod is really flimsy, but oh my gosh, I don't know why I put it on the couch. I think it was for the lighting that I put it here. So anyway, she gets a kick out of it. Oh my God. Keanu, you need to stop this, okay? Okay, now I'll try it again. I'll try again. Okay, here we go. Like I'm trying to make this level. Okay. So that was one of the things that I really wish I could have shown you my path in very detail, you know, like in a lot of depth, you know, and I also didn't really journal too much. I kind of journaled in my head, which I realized is not a good journal. I do have a lot of things that I do block out now, and then I just, so, oh my God, it's just so annoying right now. Stop it, Keanu. So my message to you is really don't delete the early videos, because they are such a testimonial to yourself too. They're letting you know what your journey was about, you know, and where you had been and where you are now. I just wish I had done that, because I wish that I could revisit, and I wish that I could celebrate my own growth a bit more that way. Oh, and another thing I wanted to share is dealing with hate. You know, one of my videos got pushed out. It was that same video, actually, the one that I was on a quote-unquote rant. I was just sharing my feelings as I was driving, because driving to me is super therapeutic, and it just helps me make sense of what's going on in my life, and that's really why I shared it. And I only cut out a few little things that I thought was oversharing, but for the most part, it was so helpful for me to just be able to, oh, there's Smokey. Smokey's crying. She's kind of senile, unfortunately. I told you she's 18, and she does go into her little crying fits because she gets disoriented. She's part blind, and she just doesn't really know what's happening. But anyway, getting back to that sort of a hater comment that I got, I think I screenshot it. I'll put it in here if I can find it again. It basically, it made me realize that there are people that are going to come into my community that don't really know what's going on. They don't understand my world, my life. And part of it is also maybe I didn't contextualize my driving think aloud, you know, like I didn't really contextualize it enough possibly, or maybe he didn't listen to the whole thing. But anyway, the point is that he was making assumptions about me, like my hormones are out of whack, or I forgot what other ridiculous things he was saying. And it was like, really? Like, what do you know about my hormones? Like, why are you assuming these things? No, my hormones are perfectly okay, by the way. And yeah, but just these assumptions and this garbage that he was pouring out. I was debating what to do about it, and then I screenshot it. Pretty sure I screenshot it. And then I deleted it. I just made it go away completely. And then I mentioned that on Rob the Maritimer's website, YouTube channel as well. And I just brought it up because it happened that day, I think, or the day before possibly. And because it was my first actual, like, hater comment that I got. I hadn't really gotten anything else. And then somebody said, you know, there's this feature where you can hide a user. And it's brilliant, because what it does is, I looked at it, I looked it up on Google, and when you hide a user, they see their comment. They're the only person that sees the comment. The creator doesn't see it. I wouldn't see any future comments, but they think their comments are there, but none of my subs will see it. None of the viewers will see it. That hater comment is only visible to the hater. So it's just kind of a great move by YouTube. I have to really say that's brilliant, because they think that they're out there. Nobody cares, though. Nobody likes their comments. Nobody interacts with them, but they still feel like they got their message out, and they're not just getting erased, basically, and deleted. But that's how I'm going to be with this community. I will, if anybody is just, and I don't mind constructive criticism, don't get me wrong, I'm not that fragile, really, but I will fiercely protect this community that we're building here, and I will not allow any hate. And so the easiest way to deal with it, because honestly, I don't want to pollute my own mind with it either, and I don't want to pollute yours, certainly, with a bunch of random back and forth and hateful stuff and negativity and low vibes. No thanks. I don't have any room for that in my life anymore. I've been arguing enough, I don't want to go there anymore. And so I will just basically shut that down, shut it out, and I will not engage with people like that. I will simply hide them. So that's it. That's how I'm going to deal with it, and I'm going to keep our community positive, and I'm going to keep it supportive, and I'm going to really create something that we can share like friends, because we are friends. Honestly, we are friends now, and we are sharing stuff from our real lives, and we are in our 50s, 40s maybe, but we're sharing what is actually going on in our lives, and we're real because we want to be real. We are tired of being fake and being complicit and being conformist and being things for other people that we don't want to be, like we want to be us now. And that's what I love about this community. And that's why I will not allow anybody to crap all over us. I won't allow it. So anyway, that's what I have to say here. But I will try and provide a little bit more background for every video, especially the ones that are the heart-to-heart talks, the ones where I share from my heart, from out of my life experiences, and things that are vulnerable and that are really personal and near and dear to me. So I will try and contextualize that. So if any possible hater is just trying to jump to any conclusions without really understanding or trying to understand or asking questions about it, I will not allow it. Yeah, I want it to be respectful, and I want it to be supportive, and I want it to be a really helpful and friendly community, because kindness is really what matters in this world more than anything. And that's what I'm all about too. I have a huge heart, and I want to share my big heart with you guys. And that's the kind of community I want to foster here. I also want to share a word of encouragement. I remember it was one morning I was looking at Social Blade. Socialblade.com is like a social media metric gauge. Like they measure and analyze and put stats out for the creators, and it's called socialblade.com. I can link it down below. I don't subscribe to them or anything. It's a free website that just kind of like you can put in your YouTube channel, and you can kind of see how your channel is doing. And also there's future projections, which I find super interesting. Future projections as to where your channel might be going based on what they know about you and the past growth that you've experienced, and the engagement and so forth. And so I looked at that, and Social Blade was saying that by the following day, there's like a projected next day sub count. And it said that I was going to be at 152 subs, and I was, I think, at 100. No, I think I was at 145 or 146, something like that. And I thought, no, I don't think I'm going to have that many more subs. I really don't think so. And that was early in the morning. Lo and behold, what happened was by noon, I had 153 subs. And it was just so amazing. So I already exceeded that by midday. And I realized how self-sabotaging my thinking is, you know, that I didn't believe that I could gain 7 new subs in a day, in 24 hours. I really didn't believe it. And when it happened before noon that same day, I was like, don't think this way, Doris. You know, this is not okay. You need to believe in yourself more. And so that's kind of what I'm also getting at here, is we need to believe in ourselves more. And sorry, I want to switch this. This is just bugging me because it's not level. So yeah, so that's kind of really what I wanted to share with you, is to really believe in yourself. And the thing is, you know, I do have another channel, and I will tell you something really exciting about that in just a minute. But anyway, one of the videos that I watched during this last month, my second month on this channel, was Steve Sacramento's video on where he talks about the YouTube vehicles. You know, I was thinking to myself, yeah, a bus full of YouTube subs that are really like becoming my tribe, that are my tribe now. But then imagining a cruise ship full of my YouTube followers and friends and people that I really vibe with, a whole cruise ship full. Like, I'm thinking I have 200 and some subs now, and if I imagine all of you in my living room right now, this would be amazing, you know? Like, this would be such a great thing. But then I thought of the cruise ship, and I was like, I'm a little bit scared of that. Like, is that actually, like, that's just intimidating, you know? Like, that many people actually, like, really enjoying what I'm putting out there, and me thinking of an audience that large. I mean, when I get up or stand and sit in front of the camera now, it's just like, I feel like I'm just talking to specific individuals. I'm talking to people I know and already got to know on YouTube. And so it feels comforting. But when I think of a whole cruise ship full, that's kind of scary to me. Seriously, it's like, it's weird. But I know that I'll be okay with it too. I know that I'll be able to still share my thoughts and my feelings in front of a larger audience. It's okay, because I really do cherish, if you wonder what I just did, by the way, I want to share this with you real quick. This is my little reflection screen, and I love this thing because right now I'm getting plenty of natural light. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. But it kind of lights up this side of my face. See that? Without? Maybe I'm just imagining it. I feel like it does light up my face more. So this is what I kind of wanted to share with you as well. And so I have that just sitting here next to me because it just reflects the natural light. And I think it's a really cool thing. And I think I'm going to take this to the beach when I film too, because I do want to do some more sunset videos as well, and maybe go live on a sunset. Let me know if you'd love me to go live during a sunset. I could so do that. That would be awesome, to just hang out with you guys during a sunset, and you could see it in the backdrop. So yeah, let's see, what else did I want to share with you? Yeah, so I wanted to share with you something exciting that happened. You know, honestly, I've never really like started my channel to like make money on YouTube. I do want to get it monetized. I did want to get my first channel monetized too, which I'm still working on. I have 1,860 subs, but I'm far from the watch hours because I just don't get any watch time there. I don't know what it is. And one thing that I do think is a problem is that my shorts have kind of killed my channel there a little bit. Now, I also didn't upload as much anymore, but I feel like the shorts, obviously they don't count toward watch time, like toward your monetizing watch time. And, you know, the shorts are just, Keanu, no, please, please, no. Keanu, stop messing with my tripod. She's very curious about it again. She's probably thinking, what is all this? Okay, Keanu. Oh, dear. Yeah. Level it again. All right. So yeah. So what happened is I actually, I never really, so the channel, if you're probably not familiar with it because I really have only talked about it once, I believe. I've really only talked about this. I've really only talked about my other channel once, but I did make my 30 forced buck. No, I did make. I did. I did make my first 40 bucks on YouTube about actually 5 months in. And it was a student of mine it was a follower of mine that became a student. And I taught him a private lesson just to kind of assess where he was with his English and kind of give him some pointers as to where he should go. And that was the first time I made money. So in my 5th month on YouTube, on that channel, without being monetized, I got a student, and it was so cool because I'd never even really done online teaching so much. You know, I had not really I didn't use Google Meet. I thought, should I do it on Zoom or Google Meet? I had to research it all. I had to set up a PayPal account so he could pay me because he was in a different country. And so I was like, wow, this is so cool. I'm not monetized, but here I made my first 40 bucks. And it was super cool. And check this out. So 2 weeks ago, when I posted, was it 2 weeks ago? Yeah. When I posted my video about my PhD journey, that evening, I actually got a phone call from the husband or the boyfriend of an acquaintance of mine who had casually mentioned my YouTube channel because she's a Spanish speaker. It's a channel where I teach Spanish speakers English, and so it's called Inglés con Doris. Inglés con Doris. And that's, I just casually mentioned it to her, and she said, oh, cool. And, you know, back then I didn't really have a lot of subs. And I realized she didn't subscribe either because I was watching my sub count like a hawk back then. But I realized, oh, she didn't subscribe. So I think eventually she did, though, and I didn't connect it to her, like to me sharing the channel with her anymore at that point. But long story short, her boyfriend, who happens to be a celebrity in the sports world, reached out to me because he got my number from her. And he said, will you teach me English? I need to, he's also a Spanish speaker. I need to learn better English. And I saw your YouTube, and I think it's great what you're doing, and I would love to work with you. So here I am, making over $1,000 a month now on a few private lessons, and I'm super reasonable with what I charge, but you know, I charge him the same, literally, plus some driving time because I actually go to his home, and I'm like, this is YouTube for me. YouTube is making me money, and it made me money because I came across as somebody trustworthy, as a teacher online, as I made that connection with him online. And it was just the best. It was the best feeling, and I felt so worthy again. And I was thanking YouTube, really. I was thanking myself for getting on YouTube and starting these lessons. And it's just such a great thing. And so, yes, so my channel is making me indirectly consistent money, at least for the next several months, because he wants to do a lot of like intensive English. Sorry, I was just struggling with a bit of a coughing fit. I realized I haven't taken my allergy meds. So now this first YouTube channel that I built is now indirectly making me a 4-figure sum every month, you know, on a part-time basis. And I just love it, and because I never even dreamed of doing this, you know. So yeah, money can really come from the most unexpected sources, and from the unexpected from unexpected people, and And I just really, really now start to believe that that's something that is truly a thing. And I'm so grateful to be able to share that with you too. So another thing I want to share is that I do struggle with a bit of a dilemma too. You know, sharing about my life is something that, you know, can be sensitive to some other people in my family. And I also realize that no story ever happens in a vacuum. You know, there's other people involved. There are other participants in the stories that I've lived through. But I try to really frame the stories from my perspective and not so much talk about other people, but just kind of like letting everybody know how I feel and what I'm going through. Because I do own my own story. I do own what I've lived through, and I own my own feelings, and I own what I have been through. But I also want to be aware of how that might affect other people in my family especially. So yeah, that's just something, that's a bit of a dilemma that I'm having a hard time with. But I do want to be frank and open about things and vulnerable, but at the same time, I want to be, you know, mindful of other people's feelings and thoughts and understandings of my family. So that's just something that is always on my mind whenever I show up in front of the camera. And ironically, my daughter was just up here. She does school online now, so she just showed up, and I said, when I had my coughing fit, I got up and I drank some water and I took my allergy meds, and she showed up and she sat next to me, and I said, I'm not done recording. I would prefer to record this on my own. And she's like, well, but I hear you talk on the phone. And then I realized that, you know, it is still different when she sits here, and I'm not going to feel like I can really express myself the same way. So she did get her feelings hurt a little bit, I think. And I don't want her to feel that way. So I'll talk to her about that afterwards. But this literally just happened, and I thought I just want to share that with you also, since it literally just happened. So I really do want to be honest with you. You know, I want to be who I really am, you know, on camera, but then being overheard so directly, like in the same room, is just, it's just, I don't know. I'm not used to that. And I explained it to her too, how she sometimes, you know, films some cooking videos in the kitchen, and she doesn't want me in the room when she's filming her cooking TikToks. So it's kind of like that too, but I feel like she took it as a personal rejection, and that's never what I don't want her to feel that way, you know, because obviously she's the most important, one of the very most important people in my life. But this is also kind of a job, and I wanted to finish this video because I do want to upload it today also. So anyway, being too honest can be a struggle. It can be opening a can of worms to other people, you know, so I do want to be aware of that as well. And then the last thing I want to share is my techie challenges. So one thing that, you know, I've been hearing on some of the how-to YouTube channels is to start with your title and start with your thumbnail. And I gotta say, like, I make the videos, I edit them, I'm so proud that I download it from Final Cut Pro, which is what I use for the editing. And then it's like literally as I'm downloading, I'm thinking, gosh, I don't have a thumbnail yet. Now I need to make a thumbnail. Like, what am I going to put on my thumbnail? And I realized a lot of times I didn't even take a decent picture of myself that I could upload for the thumbnail that would be contextualizing it. So on this last video, I used something, not the live, but the one before. I just used a sunset picture that I had taken a few days prior. But it wasn't in a sunset setting at all, but it was just like a picture that I thought was okay. It was actually a still from a video, believe it or not. So anyway, but it was an afterthought. That's my point, is that I probably don't put enough effort into my thumbnails. I think I need to do more there. And also the titles, you know, I just kind of like come up with an idea, or I have some thoughts about a topic, and then I just start recording. And maybe I need to be a little bit more systematic about it. But anyway, I hope that resonates with you. I'm up for the challenge. I want to do better. I'm thinking of also doing more community posts and just sharing kind of like a little moment in my life, maybe with a photo or something. But I'm loving this community so much, and I really, really appreciate all of you for being here. Anyway, thank you again for being here and being part of my YouTube journey. I so appreciate you, and I love that I've been able to make some real connections with some of you, and they're just amazing. I just really enjoy your friendship, and I thank you so much for being here. Have a great day now. Take good care of yourself. Bye. Oops. Oh, now she just plopped herself down next to me. Funny. All right.